Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to a new reading vlog. What's this lighting doing? I just wanted to start this reading vlog because I have not started it yet. I just got out of work. It's 2 a.m. I'm very tired, but I wanted to let you know what I was reading for this week. So basically, I have no other books planned out other than this one, which is Lover or Loser, and my last weekly reading vlog, I decided to put it down. But I read another chapter and I'm really liking it again, so I'm going to try to finish this one. I am about halfway through, so I'm just going to read this tonight, play some Animal Crossing, and go to sleep because I'm so tired. So I'm going to do that, and I'll talk to you guys tomorrow.
Baby, I think I'm finally starting to get you. She told me through her teeth and her perfume, I never wanna see you again. But in the morning, she's pulling off her clothes in the bathroom. I'm standing in the hall, I'll be gone soon. Who did I think I was?
Hey guys, so reading update. Happy, what's today? I did update yesterday. Happy, so I have not read it all. I was meaning to get a little bit of this done yesterday, but I got home at 2 a.m. instead of 1 and I was tired, so I just went to bed. But I am going to take this to work today and try to read a little bit on my lunch instead of watching Gypsy Brides, because that's what I usually do. I just wanted to give you guys a little update and show you where I am with my reading. I am just not having a great time with it. So I'll probably update after work and tell you what I read. I am reading the program. I'm about halfway through the program. I'm liking it so far. The concept is wishy-washy at times and I don't understand it and it stresses me out, but I really enjoy it. I think it's really good, but I will talk more about it later because I really need to make my coffee and go to work. So I'll just talk to you guys like at tomorrow night or tonight. I'll talk to you guys tonight. Hey guys, why is this so close to my face? No ma'am. It is Thursday night technically, but it's actually Friday morning because it's late. I just got home from work. I realized I haven't really updated the reading vlog and I've been kind of neglecting it, and I know I should not be neglecting the reading vlog because these are going to be on a constant on my channel. I really have to learn to balance the reading vlog and my normal videos and work and school, because school starts in a couple weeks. But first things first, where's my book? I'm still trying to put a decent dent into Love Her or Lose Her. I'm iffy about this book. I really like the concept of like rekindled romance, but they want to be together, but they're in therapy, and at the same time it feels like they don't want to be together because they're kind of like fighting it. So I don't really know what's going on, to be honest. So that's what's going on in this book. I need to make a dent. That's all I have to say about that. Second of all, I am reading the program. I don't think I've updated on me reading the program, so let's do an update. So I started reading it a while ago actually, but I'm actually only 2 hours left of the audiobook, and I'm gonna put some spoilers. I'm gonna talk about some spoiler stuff, so I'll put a little timestamp right here of when to skip to if you don't want to hear all the spoilers. So this book is about, I'll say when the spoiler starts. So this book is about basically an American society where suicide has become an epidemic. So literally just 1 in 3 teenagers are committing suicide. So obviously that's a problem. So they come up with this program where they take kids into this facility who show any signs of depression or sadness or being a risk of suicide. And they take these kids and they put them in this program where they like make them forget about all the bad things that make them depressed. So spoiler time. Fast forward to this right here if you don't want to hear the spoilers for this book. So basically what happens is her boyfriend goes into the program, her best friend goes into the program, her brother kills himself, so obviously she is a risk because her brother has committed suicide. Every day they have to complete this little questionnaire saying like, are you overwhelmed, are you anxious, are you depressed, like a little questionnaire every single day. And basically they can't show any signs of weakness. They are not allowed to cry because they're afraid to get flagged, which means they could be put into the program just for being upset, which, listen, I would not last because I cry over everything. And our main character, she is kind of doing everything she can to avoid going to the program because obviously she doesn't want to go, because she sees when the people come back and they're rehabilitated from the program, they're kind of like not all there. So like they take away the bad memories. So she's really scared to go, and then the cat's eating. I was like, what? And then she ends up being taken into the program because her boyfriend and her best friend is taken. So she's really sad, she's really depressed, she still feels a lot of guilt from her brother's death because she was not allowed to grieve the death of her brother. So she ends up going into the program. While she's in the program, she meets a boy named Relum, and she falls for him, and she thinks they're friends, but no. And turns out he works for the program to kind of have people rekindle their relationships, and we kind of watch her lose all her memories of her boyfriend and her best friend and her brother, and it's crazy. And they like, I don't know how they did this. First of all, the problem I see with this book is, can you imagine if we did that to kids, and like if our kids were depressed or whatever, we were just like deuces and put them into a program and erased all of their memories? Because I just feel like emotions are part of the human experience, and if we're not allowed to cry when we're sad, like I feel like that just makes us a robot or something. I don't know. And then we're on part 3 of the book, where our main character is being rehabilitated. So they're going to this school for only returners, so people that have like went through the program, and she rekindles her relationship with her best friend, but she obviously doesn't know she was her best friend in her past life, and she re-meets her ex-boyfriend, just James, and her parents know about these two, and they're kind of like trying to keep her away from them, so she's growing suspicions. And I don't know, and I know there's like 4 books to this series, which makes it, I don't know how they're gonna drag it on that long, I guess, because it just, I don't know, it just seems like a lot to, it seems like too much to be dragging on for like the 5 books it is or whatever. So I probably won't continue on with the series, but it's just, I see how it could be an interesting concept of suicide is an epidemic, we have to do something about it, but at the same time, you can't just erase people's memories and expect them to just be happy-go-lucky all the time. Like, they give her this pill, and every time she feels upset, she describes it as warm water rushing over her, and she forgets that she was upset, which is like super strange to me. But you know what? It's just, I don't know. Read the book. Okay, yeah, spoilers are done. But yeah, it's one of those books that really make you think about, like, if suicide was to become an epidemic, like, how would we fix it, I guess. I don't know, because I feel like that's something we even struggle with teenagers and depression, because especially when you're a teenager, you do experience a lot of emotions that, like, I don't think adults fully understand, especially in my generation and in the younger generation. We have the internet, like, and when we were bullied at school, it followed you home, and versus our parents' generation is when they got bullied at school, it never followed them home because they didn't have the internet. And even now, I see so many people doing that thing on Snapchat where you can like ask people questions and it's anonymous. That's like bullying all the time, and I don't know. I feel like that's just a generational issue. Is like, my parents, I know, like, didn't keep tabs on me like I would keep tabs on my kids. Like, they didn't care what I did. So I wasn't a bully. I was not the bully. I was the bullied, okay? And I don't know, I feel like this is a generational issue. I know way too many of my friends who were depressed or sad or had anxiety, and they were too afraid to tell their parents because they were afraid their parents were just going to be like, you're overreacting, or you don't know what you're talking about, you're just a child. And I think people are scared to admit their kids have issues, and everybody has problems. And I think the key to helping a child or a teenager, or really anybody who's having any kind of mental issues like anxiety or depression or any of those things, the first thing is to be able to have a relationship with your children where you're able to talk to them. And so many people don't have relationships with their parents where they're afraid to talk to them, that when these issues come up, especially things like sex and, you know, relationships and all that stuff, they're afraid to talk to their parents. So obviously they'll be afraid of talking to their parents when it comes to a mental illness. So that being said, that was like a whole 10 minutes of me just ranting about mental illness. But I think I'm gonna get done with this book in the next day. I have 2 hours left of it, and I've been listening to it at work. Tomorrow I'm a runner, which means I just take meds up to the floor, so I should be able to listen to my audiobook while I'm doing that. So I'll probably finish that. So I'm actually really excited to be able to finish an audiobook this week, because I have not finished an audiobook in like a month, which is great. So my goal is to finish Love Her or Lose Her. This reading vlog usually ends on Sunday, and it is Friday. Well, it's Thursday technically for me, but technically it's Thursday. Never mind. So I'm hoping to finish this today or tomorrow. I am on page 159, and there are 334 pages, so I'm a little over halfway, which is really good. And then I don't know what book I want to read next. I haven't decided. I kind of want to read just like a light-hearted, small book, because the books I've been reading lately have really been like, I don't know, like Love Her or Lose Her has been super good, don't get me wrong. Like, I'm not mad about it, but I picked the wrong time to read it, because it's very like smutty, angry romance. I don't know how to describe it. Like, her and her husband are doing great, having a great time, and then the next minute they're like, I want to rip your clothes off. So I don't really know what to think of it. I don't know. But I am going to go take a shower. I'm probably gonna go to bed early because I am just exhausted. And then I am going to probably find my next book on Scribd, because I subscribe to Scribd. It's actually a really good subscription service. It's 10 bucks a month with unlimited audiobooks, and I always have really good audiobook recommendations on mine, so I recommend that, because Audible is just so expensive for me. I just can't justify it, so I just use Scribd. I like the books on there, so I don't know. I have a lot. Also, I want to redo my bookcases. I have Sunday off. I'm working Saturday, but I have Sunday off. So I might redo my bookcases. I think I want to go from colored to genre, but I don't know if I want to do that now or if I want to wait until I get my new bookcases, because my fiance and I are going to head to IKEA and get some Billy bookcases. I want to put them in this corner over here where I have all this room, and I want to kind of do, I don't know if you guys have ever seen A Clockwork Reader, but she has one of the half bookcases in the corner, so she can like kind of round her bookcases around the corner, if that makes sense. So I think I want to do that, but I'm gonna have to go to IKEA and get one of those bookcases, so gotta do that. And I also have to start filling out my planners. So my fiance and I shop at Aldi, one because we're poor, two because they're so cheap, and I don't think people realize that. And a lot of their stuff is equivalent to like Walmart brand, which is like, we just bought shrimp fajita like fry-ups for $4 there, which is amazing. Their stuff is really cheap, and that's normally where we get our groceries. But I found these really cool planner kits for $9, which is such a good price. They come with all these fun stickers and the actual planner themselves. Yep, it comes with a 12-month planner, 12 dividers, 5 sheets of stickers, 5 sticky notepads, and 3 magnetic clips. So, oh, and this is everything that comes in it. I got one that's cute little flowers, and then I got ones with lemons. So basically, when I have a planner, I will have one for school. I feel like it's really important for me to have one now for school, because I'm taking 18 credit hours in the fall, and I have to do so many things for the teacher education program. I have to apply for student teaching before January, because I'm planning with my advisor. We have planned for me to do student teaching in the fall, so we have to apply before January. Though this upcoming January, we have to apply if we're planning on doing it in the fall. Second of all, I have to apply for the teacher education program, which is like a 2-for-2 deal, because I'm taking 18 credits a semester to get it done within the next year. Pray for me, y'all. And then I have to basically just do a lot of like dumb stuff for school. I still have to get all my books. I have to like, I always like to keep track of my YouTube and like views and stuff like that in my planner. So I usually have one that's just specifically for class, my homework, my test dates. Just help me keep myself organized, all my advising meetings, because school is a lot. Everyone's like, oh, school's not hard, college isn't hard. kind of just not hard per se, but it's very stressful. So when you have 18 credit hours, I have 6 classes. That is a lot of schoolwork, especially when you take the, what do people say, like the phrase when they're like 3 hours of study time for every hour of class. That's a lot of time. Plus I work full time, so I have to time manage wise. So I'll probably wait to do this before I can film it and put it in this vlog. I'll probably wait till Sunday to do that. Oh, my life. I just feel like I have so much to do and like no time to do it, which is super stressful. I have to buy a bunch of books for my children's literature class, which is kind of surprising because I have to get a lot of books. Like I have to get Wonder, I have to get The Hate U Give, which I own The Hate U Give, but my copy is so pretty. I think I'm just gonna buy a paperback so I can like break the spine and write in it and not worry about like ruining my nice copy. And Wonder, I do have a copy of Wonder that I got from Thrift Books that's like, it doesn't even have a dust cover, so I might use that one. I have to buy Coraline by Neil Gaiman, The Graveyard Book by Neil Gaiman, The Fault in Our Stars by John Green. It's like a lot of like, I don't know, a lot of like, I've read that before and it was great book is that I have to buy. So this was such a long update, but I feel like I haven't updated this reading vlog. It just needed to happen. So I am gonna go shower. I'm still wearing my sweatshirt because the pharmacy at the hospital I work at is so, the thermostat where I was working today said it was 52. It's 92 degrees in Michigan. We don't need it to be that cold. Like I understand like we have research drugs and like controlled substances, they need to stay at a certain temperature, but it doesn't need to be that cold. Isn't it only supposed to be like 72? Maybe it was broken, I don't know. The whole pharmacy's confused. But I'm gonna go try to read my book. Please alliterate that I said try, because I really want to play Animal Crossing because I have not played it. And y'all should be proud of me. I haven't played Animal Crossing, and the whole little bit I was off and I was sick, that's all I did. I did not read. I played Animal Crossing. So my goal for the rest of this reading vlog is to finish Love Her or Lose Her, start my next book, start a new audiobook. That is my goal. If I can finish 2 books in this reading vlog, I will be proud of myself. So I'm gonna go do that. This was a super long update. I'll talk to you later. Hello everyone, welcome back to the last day of the reading vlog. I probably won't be updating this reading vlog again. Even though it's Friday, I'll probably just start another one tomorrow. But I wanted to update on my reading. I finished the program today. Listen, it was kind of confusing how it ended because I just feel like there's like several more books, and personally I just feel like the rest of the books are going to be our main character getting her memories back, and then the new character they introduced at the end reliving everything that Salome and Realm already went through. So I don't think I'm gonna be reading the second book just because I feel like it's gonna be the same book all over again, and that's just too much. So if any of you have read the second one and you really enjoy it, let me know because maybe I'll read it. I don't know. Secondly, I've started and almost near finished the voting booth. So I started it today at work. I was a runner, so I just had a lot of time to listen to my audiobook. So that's what I did all day. The lighting just like got super dark. I'm sorry. But I started the voting booth. It was actually really good. So, but I do have some issues. So this book is about, it takes over the span of one day, and it's about this girl who's like super passive, really wants everybody to get involved, an activist, and she's just dead set on having every single person who is able to vote. And then we have another POV of our other main character, and his family is the same thing. They are very adamant on being able to vote. They have that right. They need to make sure they're voting. And one thing I really liked about this book is they are African American Black families, and I really enjoyed that aspect because they touch a lot on they need to do this because it's their civil right. They touched a lot on interracial relationships. They just touched a lot of topics that I feel like aren't touched on enough, like the interracial relationships and how, especially with the older generation, it's not really, I don't know how to describe this without sounding horrible. When we talk about older generations, they aren't as accepting of it as the younger generation, and they touch upon that a lot. They touch upon how the Black community is more susceptible to acts of violence by not only police officers. My cat was just like, what? How the Black community is more susceptible on having violence, not only by their own community, but by, I'm just gonna ignore them, but by the Black on Black violence. They talk about police force and Black violence. They talk about gang violence with the Black community. And I think it's a lot of things that are touched upon that, though we don't really see that much touched upon, but it does happen in the real world. And I feel like that is such something that a lot of our Black communities are embarrassed of, or I don't know. Like, I took a lot of sociology classes and I did a lot of urban studies, so correct me if I'm wrong or if you've heard anything different, but I read that the Black community is more susceptible to joining gangs and being in violence because of the poverty level associated with the Black community, because the stereotype that goes along with a Black family. But this book touches a lot of those topics that I feel like are really cliche. Like, not cliche, but like, I don't know how to describe it. I'm so tired. Like, but it touches a lot on topics that really need to be talked about more, and I feel like there aren't enough Black representation in books. So I really enjoyed how they touched upon that. They touched upon grieving. They touched upon how it's important, not even just the Black community, it's important for all millennials, Gen Zs, whoever's old enough to vote, how important it is to vote, to be able to vote for the people who stand up for things you believe. So if you believe in women's rights, you should be able to vote for the person that you think will be able to stand up for your rights the most. If you believe in education, vote for someone who believes in the education system. And I think that's really important, and I feel like a lot of people, personally, even like around my age, won't vote because they feel like their vote doesn't matter because of the whole what's it called when, like, oh my gosh, I can't even remember what it's called, how like the Senate and whatever basically has the majority of the votes, like the popular vote doesn't even matter. And I just feel like that's super important, is for people to go out and vote and know that their voice matters, to stand up for what you believe, go and protest, Black Lives Matter, pro-life, whatever, Black Lives Matter, pro-abortion, whatever you believe in. It's so important to go out there and protest and stand up for what you believe in, because just that's how we've got our rights as women to be able to vote. That's how our Black community got the option to vote. That's how they got their freedom, by fighting. And I feel like that's a lot of things that people don't understand, is a lot of people, especially like my generation, we are so willing to be able to stand up with our voices. And I personally have noticed that my grandmother's generation is saying, like, sit down, your voice doesn't matter, your beliefs don't matter, like, and I feel like that's hilarious to me, because they were the same people that were marching to end Vietnam. So that's all I'm saying. My cat is honestly being the worst. But yeah, that book touched upon a lot of stuff that I really did enjoy, but the main character was so annoying. And I'm not even saying this because of all the stuff she believed in and touched upon. I'm saying this because she was annoying. She had this prissy little attitude, which I hated. Like, if you think of all the girls that thought they were better than you in high school, that's her. She was like, if you don't vote, you don't care about the world. And our main character is just like, what? And she is very, like, prissy. She's super worried about what other people think of her, so she has to like keep up this appearance. Like, she has a social media account that where she posts like pictures of her Maine Coon cat, and she has like 500,000 followers, and she's like, oh my god, people can't know about this, because if they do, I won't get into an Ivy League college. And I'm just like, I wish that was the least of my worries. Do you want to pay my tuition? No. She just was really frustrating for me. The whole time in the book, I just kept thinking about how obnoxious she was, which probably sounds terrible, but she was so annoying. Oh, I hated her. Like, I'm sorry. She was just so prissy. It was so annoying. And then she was dating a white guy, and she was black, and she kept saying things like to this guy she was with, "You don't think I'm a real black girl because I'm with a white boy." And I'm like, what? I didn't like it. I was like, why do we keep saying things like that? I kept shaking my head because I was like. And then our other character, I actually really did enjoy him because his family is very close-knit. His sister is an activist, so she does sit-ins for like pro-abortion. She is just very in the groove of, like, I don't know how to describe it, but, and then he's just kind of like, yeah, I'll vote, it's my like civil right or whatever. But yeah, and are you Dorcas Crosby, get down. Are you stuck? Are you okay? Are you okay? Come here. Let me see your paw. Come here. Let me see it. Let me see it. Are you okay? Are you okay? Be careful. But yeah, I really did like our main characters, close-knit family. I liked how they were able to kind of talk about everything, and they kind of really touched upon the death of his brother and how it really affected the family, and how as he was trying to grieve the death of his brother, he couldn't find anybody that was going through the same thing. So everybody was going through spouses or grandparents or aunts or uncles, and that's not really the same thing as losing a sibling at a young age, like a teenager. Ma'am, are you sitting on my planner? Ma'am, what are you doing? This is why we can't have night. But I really enjoyed how they talked about the losing your brother at a teenage, because that is really something that I don't think you get over, especially when you're young and you lose a sibling. So he's kind of searching through all of these forms, trying to find somebody who gets what he's going through, and he finally finds one, and it helps him with his grieving process. So I think we should really normalize getting help when you're grieving, because grief is something that's super hard to go through, and it never really goes away. It's always there. So I don't know, normalize grief. I have one more day of work and then I have a day off. That's so exciting. I'm so excited. I think I'm gonna read in my bookcases. I haven't done, but oh, I guess I should update on my other book. So I finished The Voting Booth. I finished, what's the other book I finished? I finished The Voting Booth. I finished The Program. Did I finish another book this week? I don't remember. And I'm almost done with Love Her or Lose Her. For some reason, I'm taking forever to read this book, and I think it's because I actually hate it. But I don't know. In this book, it's so like their whole relationship is just like sex, okay? What is going on with my... Hey. Their whole relationship is sex, and I'm sorry if there's children here. Hey. But really, they don't even want to fix the relationship for like the love of the relationship. They want to fix it just so they can get down and dirty. And I'm like, your relationship is never gonna last. You're gonna divorce. Y'all will be fine. So I don't know. I have like 100 pages left. I'll let you know if I end up hating it or not, probably in my next clip for my first video vlog for the next week. I was supposed to do so many things in this vlog that I didn't do, and I am apologizing. But I have so many more books I want to read. I don't know what I want to read. Someone forced my book of the month in my Owl Crate. Ooh, Owl Crate is coming out with a limited edition freaking box that's huge, and I want it. So I really hope I get it, because last time they did a limited edition box, my link didn't work that they sent me, and I didn't get it. Yeah, I'm gonna pick this up now, you jerk face, so you don't ruin it. So I'm hoping that I actually get it this time, or if not, I'm gonna be so mad. So a sneak peek for next video, I will be showing all of the books that I have to read for my children's literature class. Sorry, I'm getting books on my bookshelves while I'm talking. So I want to show you the books I have to read for my children's literature class, because I'm actually starting college. on the 31st, and it's kind of scary because it will be at a 4-year university instead of my community college. I still have a lot of questions, like with my credits and the education program, because my advisors tell me one thing and then the program says another thing, so I'm just trying to get it all figured out. But fingers crossed, in 4 semesters I will be done. I have my fingers crossed because I'm so ready to be done with school. Y'all have no idea. I don't mind my job as a pharmacy technician, but after a while I'm just over it. So yeah, but I'll be showing you what I'm reading for that. There are quite a few books. They are all chapter books, and I'm actually going to buy extra copies of all of them. I'll probably just get paperbacks because I have to read The Hate U Give, for example, and I have a really super nice hardcover that I don't want annotated, so I'll probably just buy like a paperback, try to see if like maybe Thrift Books has a copy. I can order it from there, or just like a used bookstore or something has a copy, because I'm not gonna spend $15 on a new hardcover when I can just get a $4 copy and just use that, because I'm gonna end up breaking the spine and everything else if I'm gonna use it for school. So I don't want a nice copy, because yeah, but yeah. So I'm gonna give you a sneak peek of what I want to read next week. I won't really go full on into them because in my next reading vlog you'll hear me talk about them and I will kind of give you the rundown of what they're about. But the first one I have is Conventionally Yours by Annabeth Albert. This is a gay love story, and I don't know how many times I have to say it, but this is literally the only thing I like to read is gay romance. Next I have is The Raven Boys by Maggie. I can't say her last name. Someone say it for me. Basically, I seen this at Barnes & Noble, and everybody talks so highly on The Raven Boys on YouTube, and I've never read it. So I decided I probably should get my life together and read The Raven Boys. I think this is the first book of like 4 or 5 books. So I'm really hoping I enjoy it, or I'm gonna be like the oddball out. And finally, I might start it, but that is The Ember in the Ashes by Sabaa Tahir. I've just heard so many good things, okay? And I really want to read it. But I also have my book of the month coming that has The Night Swim on it, and I hear that's amazing. But I watched Olivia Reads-Alatte's reading vlog that she put out. When did she put it out? Like maybe last week, when she read it, but she listened to the audiobook, and she said the audiobook actually has like sections of the podcast where like a little podcast music plays, and I think I might listen to the audiobook instead. I think I might like it a lot more. So yeah, I'm trying not to buy books for a while because I just have so many unread books on my shelves. So I'm trying to read the books I have before I buy new books. But I have created a wish list. I put it down below. You are not obligated to do anything. I just decided to link it and see what happens. So these are the 3 books I want to read next week. I will go into them more in the beginning of the vlog, but I just wanted to let you know. Anyway, that is the end of this week's reading vlog. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I feel like it was just a lot of talking because that's all I do. But this week was my first week back at work. It was long, it was tiring, it was hot, and I don't want to go back to work tomorrow. But tomorrow I'm going to take a day off, I'm going to edit, and then I'll be back at it on Sunday. Yeah, but I'll be back at it on Sunday. I'm super excited. I hope you guys are really enjoying these reading vlogs. I'm enjoying making them, so I really hope you guys are enjoying watching them. And yeah, I hope you guys are having a wonderful week. I hope you had a wonderful week. I hope you are doing amazing at school or at your job or whatever you're doing right now. And I will see you guys in my next reading vlog. See you later. Wow, that was like the worst closing I've ever did. I like touched half the screen. Okay, bye.